Hey everyone, welcome back. I apologize for not posting anything for a little while, but at the same time, I uh, I only want to post things that make sense to post. Uh, I don't necessarily want to just post 1,000 videos and waste everybody's time. So, when I originally started doing this, it was typically to kind of fulfill a niche, right? I was posting things that I couldn't find a lot of already on YouTube. So I've come across another item that I did not find a lot of information about on YouTube in particular. And so I figured I would go ahead and just do a quick update because they've been on special recently. And I'm sure a lot of people are doing exactly what I do and go to YouTube and start looking for reviews and things like that. And not finding a lot. So, this is the Palmetto State Armory 10.5-inch MLOk upper. And I'll show you it in a minute. I realize you probably can't see it on camera yet because of the box. And so I'll just kind of do a video of it showing you the different angles and things like that. There's some things on it that I wasn't real sure about when I bought it. And just kind of show you what this package comes like, right? So I bought the package that comes with the Magpul backup sights and the Sparc Vortex red dot. So this is the box that it comes in. I'll kind of tilt it forward some. You can see it's a nice padded shipping crate with the egg foam and all that stuff to protect it. When you first open it up, it does come with a installation quality assurance tag, so that way you know who put it together, what the package includes, things like that, and what your quality control inspector's initials and approval look like. So I will go ahead and put this out of the way and show you the upper. And I apologize for my bench being kind of messy right now. So this is it. A lot of it is pretty standard fare, just your regular upper. I went with the just standard 5.56 full auto bolt carrier group. Nothing crazy there. I've had different coatings on them and things like that, and I've never really found that big of a difference. I don't shoot these things enough to, worry about them jamming or anything like that, right? So to me, just your standard mil spec full auto bolt and bolt carrier group. For me, do everything I need to do. One thing I always upgrade on my ARs just for comfort is the charging handle. So I don't know if you can see it here. I went with one of the POF charging handles, and it gives you nice, a lot of nice, purchase and index there. So it's easy to charge it and things like that. And just, to me, a crappy charging handle is kind of like, it's just one of those like comfort things that really, to me, make an AR just kind of function. I know in terms of reliability and things like that, it really has no impact, but just in terms of like the mechanical operation of the gun and putting it into battery and things like that. So going forward, and this version does not have anything written on the dust cover or anything. It's just kind of your standard mil-spec cover. Going forward, you have I think this is a 12-inch MLOk rail. So on this side I don't have anything that's just open to vent. Make sure that barrel and heat from the barrel and gas tube can escape. Going forward from there is the thing that I was kind of unsure about when I purchased this, and it is this flash suppressor that they put on here. I'm just used to either running like a brake or an A2 or something like that, but Palmetto has this sort of fat flash suppressor. Excuse me, that was different. Flash suppressor on here, and you can see it's a couple of inches long, right? So it's a 10.5-inch barrel, and it's probably 3 inches long, which is why on a 12.5-inch rail it sticks out some. But it's beveled, so it goes from small out like that. And if you look at it this way, you can see it really kind of fills that area around the handguard nicely. Um, and so that is, cosmetically, it's really a nice looking thing. I haven't fired this upper yet, so I don't know about what it does in terms of the actual flash and things like that. But at least from a aesthetics standpoint, it is nice looking. It's, you know, it really fills that in and kind of gives it, you know, almost like sort of like a suppressed SBR type of look. Um, Obviously, it's not an SBR because I run it on a pistol lower. So this version, like I said, came as a package with the Magpul front and rear. And they're nice. You know, it's always nice to have an option, especially when you're using an optic that has a battery and things like that. You never know when it's going to die. They were a little tight to get on, but, you know, with a little persuasion, they got on. And so the cool thing is from Vortex, or from Palmetto, I don't remember which one included it, but obviously it includes different risers, right? And it doesn't come mounted on the gun. It comes, excuse me, I'm looking over here on my shelf. It actually comes in the Vortex box and everything like that. And it comes with a couple different risers, depending on, you know, what you want to do with it. And in the instructions, it'll actually tell you that with this current riser, I forget the height of it, it'll perfectly co-witness with the Magpul backup sights. So sure enough, I mounted it with that riser, and as soon as I turned it on, it's right on. So that's really pretty cool in terms of you know, being able to co-witness and stuff like that. So you don't have to worry about trying to rip it off to, you know, to see your sights and things like that. So that was pretty cool. On my upper, I did add one thing, right? So everything you've seen so far, with the exception of the bolt carrier group and the POF charging handle, came as part of this package. The sights, the red dot with the riser, everything came fully assembled in a package. So the only thing I added was on this side, is I added a one of the Magpul hand stops. And I know you're probably thinking, why would you mount it on the side like that? To me, that feels a lot more natural than keeping my hand underneath of it, like down here. It puts kind of a weird torque on my wrist when I have it up. So to me, it's a lot more comfortable to be able to kind of put my hand on there like that. And with this short pistol upper, you know, it naturally having my hand forward on it, it just kind of gives me that little bit of idiot proof of reminding me where the end of my barrel is and things like that. It also allows me to fully get my fingers around the rail. And the nice thing is when my front sight is down, if I do need to deploy it, it puts my thumb literally right next to the button. So that to me is just, you know, kind of the perfect placement for it. It's a lot more comfortable. I found that out a couple years ago, and I've started mounting everything, all my ARs with hand stops. They all go on the side like that. So all said and done, it's a nice looking unit. Fits on my upper nicely. There's, you know, fits on my lower nicely. There's no slack or, you know, wobble or anything like that. So hopefully soon enough we'll have it out at the range and be able to you know, kind of do a range report and put some rounds through it. I forget what store it was, but somebody around here local to me just had a bunch of this, you know, American Eagle MSR ammo on sale for I think $5 a box. So I picked up, you know, a couple hundred rounds of it. So we'll shoot that. You know, I'm not worried about really how the accuracy of this thing. I'm just gonna kind of, you know, do some walking and running, gunning with it. The range that I have started going to with a friend, as long as there's nobody else on the range, we're allowed to, you know, to sort of walk and shoot. So we can almost act as if we're engaging targets while on the move, which is a lot of fun. It kind of, to me, adds a little bit of, you know, I don't want to say realism to it, but it adds a little, sort of an extra dimension or an extra skill set to test, right? You know, having something locked into a bench or on sandbags and just shooting at paper, to me, is painfully boring. And so I really enjoy when I can add things like, shooting steel so you can hear that nice ring, or being able to move and shoot, things like that kind of add a little bit of a dimension to it. So that's the upper. So far it has been. Well, I can't say it's been good because I haven't used it yet, but just in terms of cosmetics and assembly and things like that, everything looks good. I checked torque specs on it; everything was in line. It does have a couple of the QD studs points on it, but I think for the price that Palmetto State Armory is offering this thing, I mean, I think it's a good deal. Now, yes, I'm sure if you shop and wait, and buy it piece by piece, maybe you'll save a couple of bucks. But if you go on, I don't know, let's just because it's something everybody has access to. Let's just say you go on Amazon, right? Okay, well, the site, the Vortex dot on Amazon alone is, I think, like $175 or something like that. I could have just made that number up. And then, the front and rear sights alone are like another almost $100. So I mean, you're looking, around $300 for just the sights and the red dot. So, and I think the whole package was like $550. So that means upper, rail, gas tube, gas block, flash suppressor, everything for like $200, $250. So I mean, I think it is a good deal. Again, obviously the proof will be in the pudding when we actually go out and shoot it. If it's not reliable, or it does, something doesn't work on it, then I would say it's probably not a good deal, or I got a lemon. But just from a first impression out of the box, and looking at the value of it, I think it's worth keeping an eye out for the next time Palmetto runs that deal. If you have any questions, feel free to comment and ask, and I'll do my best to answer them. If they're about how does it shoot, and I'm just posting this video, obviously I won't be able to answer that quite yet, but in time I'll be able to provide that kind of information for you. So hope everyone has a good rest of the day. It is Friday, and so I hope you enjoy your weekend as well. Thanks.